Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about Alfred Werner theory. I hope you have done perfect naming, IUPAC naming. Now it's very clear to you. Okay, and we have discussed the naming to make the formula, and from formula naming. Naming you focus too much because naming is also very important things. Next theory is going to come, that is isomerism. Today I will not do. In the next class I will do the isomerisms. So that is also very important, and then the chapter will get wind up. Clear? So today I am going to discuss about the Alfred Werner theory, and then two more questions I am going to discuss. Both the questions are theoretical question, not even a single technical things will come here. First I will discuss about Alfred Werner theory. Then I will go with about the chelation. What do you mean by chelate or chelate theory? That is also a definition and 2-3 examples if you remember, that's okay. Clear? So you can make a heading Alfred Werner theory. Okay. First to understand what does he do and what did he do, then I will write down the postulate on the board just to copy out it. See, Alfred Werner was a scientist who has done lot of discoveries and invention in this coordination compound. He has studied in detail about the coordination compound. So what we are going to study? Alfred Werner, he took certain compounds. Okay, like he took, first compound he took was COCl3 into 6NH3, and this was in yellow in color. This was the first compound he took. Second compound he took COCl3 into 5NH3. This was in purple in color. Okay. Third he took COCl3 into 4NH3. It was in green in color. And fourth he took COCl3 into 4NH3. It was in a violet in color. Sir, both are same, no beta? No, both are not same. Both are not same. Both are isomers of each other. Isomers means compound having same molecular formula but different structure formula. So their molecular formula is same, but when you will see the structure will be different. Clear? So these both compounds are not same. That's why isomers, you know. You are studying the organic compound having the same molecular formula but different structure formula. So these are the isomers of each other. That's why see here property is different. Here the property is showing is green color and here the compound is showing is violet color. So this shows that this molecular formula is same, but here structure formula will not be same. Structure formula will not be same means these are the isomers of each other. So Alfred Werner took these compounds, 4 compounds. He took these compounds. Then he reacted with AgNO3. This also compound reacted with AgNO3. This also compound he reacted with AgNO3. This compound is also reacted with AgNO3. Clear? Just understand, please don't write down. Huh? When he react, he seen that Ag plus will be forming here and Cl minus will be forming here. Yes, it will form here Ag plus and here it will be forming Cl minus. So we know that to form an AgCl, one Ag is required and one Cl is required. If there are 2 Ag and 2 Cl, 2 AgCl. If there are 3 Ag, 3 Cl, 3 AgCl. As here there are 3 chlorine, so here they will be using 3 Ag, so they will form 3 AgCl. This he found. Who? Mr. Werner. Clear? He found what? That in the first compound, that is COCl3 into 6 ammonia, when he used the AgNO3, he required 3 AgNO3. That means Cl3 was 3, that's why he required 3 here. So he got here 3 AgCl. Now when it comes to the this compound, Alfred Werner thought, as here there are 3 chlorine, so we required here 3 AgNO3. Here also there are 3 chlorine, we required 3 AgNO3, but he was wrong. No, here he doesn't require 3, he required only 2. So here there was a formation of only 2 AgCl. However, there was 3 chlorine. However, there were here 3 chlorine, but he required only 2 AgNO3 and he formed only 2 AgCl. But how much should form? 3 AgCl, which he has formed in the previous case. But the same case was not found in the second. When he come to the third, he is seen that here only 1 Ag is required. Here also 1 AgCl is formed. So here only 1 Ag, 1 AgNO3 is required. So he astonished. He thought, oh, what is this? When this is also COCl3, this is also COCl3, this is also COCl3, this is also COCl3. When this COCl3 was 3 chlorine, it required 3 AgNO3, then why not here? So here we got to know about the coordination compound. Clear this part? From here we got to know about the coordination compound. He found that, what did he found? He seen that COCl3 into 6NH3 actually is not CO is combined with Cl3. Actually this this cobalt is combined with ammonia. Actually the first formula is not this. Actually the structure formula of this is this. CO into NH3 6 into Cl3. Clear? So when you split this, you will get better, as we know, CO NH3 6 plus 3 and here Cl minus. How many Cl minus? 3 Cl minus. So actually the first formula is this formula, that is the ammonia is actually combined with the cobalt and chlorine is outside the coordination spheres. Actually this is the formula of COCl3 into 6 ammonia, not this formula. This is the formula. And when you see this formula, actually this is a coordinate compound. So when you do the ionization, you will find that 3 chloride ion are associated to form 3 AgCl. So that's why here required 3 AgCl is formed, being because here 3 chlorine has been dissociated. 3 chloride has been dissociated. If we see the second formula, what would have happened? Second formula also, you know, here the ammonia required 6. So here ammonia how many beta? 5. So here ammonia are 5, but ammonia totally required how many are there? Ammonia should be 6 here, means coordination number for cobalt should be 6. But here coordination number is 5, but it should be 6. So out of 3 Cl, 1 Cl is inside the coordination sphere and 2 Cl are outside. That's why we see the formula as CONH3 5 Cl plus 2 plus Cl minus. How many Cl minus beta? 2 Cl minus. That's why 2 AgCl has been formed for the second formula. 2 AgCl has been formed. Yes or no? I hope you can see here. Similarly, if you see the third formula would be how many beta? CO NH3 coordination should be 6, but here coordination of how many beta? 4. So here 4 will come, and out of 3 chlorine, 2 chlorine will be inside and 1 chlorine will be only outside. So what can the formula can be? So CO NH3 4 Cl2 plus and Cl minus. So that's why only 1 Cl minus is dissociated in the question number 3. That's why only 1 AgCl is formed. This was the Werner theory, and Werner understood this. Oh, actually this is the logic. From here the coordination chemistry starts. Clear? Fourth question. Fourth says what? See, here also 1 AgCl only coming. So CO NH3 are how many beta? NH3 are also 4. Out of 3 Cl, Cl2 only will be there, and here plus and here Cl minus. There also 1 AgCl. Now sir, here formula is same. Yeah, same beta, but the structure will be different. Here structure will be different. That's what Alfred Werner is telling. That's what the theory states. So from here, Alfred Werner deduced one thing. He has seen that compounds are same, similar compounds are there, but they are having the different type of the ion dissociated. So from here he has given two things, that is, one is primary valency and another one is a secondary valency. So from here he gave two postulate. First he told that any coordination compound will have any coordination compound metal will have a two valency. First is primary valency and another one is a secondary valency. Primary valency is what? The number of ions which can be dissociated. Now see, here this out of 3 chlorine, 3 of them are dissociated. Out of 3 chlorine only 2 are dissociated. Out of 3 chlorine only 1 is dissociated. So primary valency is which valency? Primary valency is the valency, such a valency in which of a coordination compound in which ions can be dissociated. That is the primary valency. And the ions which cannot be dissociated. Now this cannot be dissociated, this cannot be dissociated, this cannot be dissociated, this cannot be dissociated, this cannot be dissociated. Yes or no? So which cannot be dissociated, these are known as a secondary valency. Write down. Primary valency means, so primary valency are those ions which can be dissociated, secondary valency and which can be dissociated, and primary valency ion, these ions are independent of shape, please remember this. Primary valency cannot show the shape, but secondary valency has to show the shape. Write down. Secondary valency are those ions which cannot be dissociated. I will tell you the example, don't worry. It cannot be dissociated, and here they are shape dependent. They will have a shape dependent. They are shape dependent. Write down this. They are shape dependent. Clear? So primary valency is the valency which can be, જે છૂટી પડી શકે છે એ primary valency છે, જે છૂટી નથી પડી શકતી એ secondary valency છે. Clear this part? Now see here, come to the first point. Who can be dissociated? See, this can be dissociated. So this is the primary valency and this is the secondary valency. This is the primary valency, this is the secondary valency. Primary valency, secondary valency. Are you understanding or not? So what is the primary valency here, beta? So here the primary valency is 3. Why 3? 3 are associated. No, primary valency are those ions which can be dissociated. How many ions are dissociated? 3. So what is the primary valency for this? So I can write down here primary valency is 3 because 3 are dissociated. See here how many dissociated are there? So here the primary valency, here the primary valency is 3, here the primary valency is 2. Because how many ions are dissociated? 2 dissociated. How many ions are dissociated? Only 1 ion is dissociated. So here primary valency is 3. Here primary valency is how much here? Here primary valency is 2 for this. Here primary valency is how much, beta? Here primary valency is 1. And for that also primary valency how much? 1 only, because how many number of ions are dissociated? Only 1. What can be the secondary valency? So, secondary valency are those ions which cannot be dissociated. Now see here, this is the secondary valency. This cannot be dissociated. So this 6 ammonia. Here are considered to be ions. How many are there? Secondary valency. So here secondary valency is 6. Yes or no? So 6 are the secondary valency. This cannot be dissociated. આ છૂટું પડી શકતું નથી. એટલે આ secondary valency છે. How many valency here? 5 plus 1, 6. How many valency here? 4 plus 2, 6. How many valency also? 4 plus 2, 6. And beta secondary valency itself is known as a what? Coordination number. So secondary valency is only known as coordination number. This we have done in the previous class also. So coordination number means the number of ions associated or the number of ligands associated to central metal atom is known as a coordination number. That is nothing but a secondary valency. So secondary valency itself is known as a what? Coordination number. And coordination number means what? Number of ligands associated to the central metal atom. How many ligands are associated to central metal atom? 6. Totally are ammonia. How many ligands are associated to central metal atom? 6. 5 ammonia, 1 chlorine. How many ligands are associated to central metal atom? 4 ammonia, 2 chlorine. How many ligands are associated to central metal atom? 4 ammonia, 2 chlorine. So that is nothing but your secondary valency. So you say secondary valency or you say coordination number. One and same. And primary valency means the number of ions which can be dissociated. That's it. Get this part? So this told by the Mr. Werner, Alfred Werner. Now what he told the postulate, I will write down on the board, you copy out, we will discuss one by one. Take a screenshot here. So you can write down the postulate of Werner theory. These are the important questions. Sometime it can be asked. Clear? So see, the postulate of Werner theory is, in coordination compound, metal shows two type of valency. Just now we have discussed in the Werner theory that if you go with the coordination compound, so central metal atom will show two type of valency. First is primary valency and another one is a secondary valency. Clear? So in coordination compound, metal show how many type of valency? It shows two type of valency. First is the primary valency and second is the secondary valency. Primary valency are those which can be ionized, separated. Yes or no? Just now only I told you. Suppose if I have CONH3, 6 Cl3. So this can be separated, this cannot be separated. So primary valency are ionizable and which are satisfied by negative ion. So what do you mean by negative ion? So this is a simple, no? See, suppose if I have this CONH3 and 6 here and here Cl3. So when I split this, I'll get here Cl minus. But how many Cl minus? 3 Cl minus. So in this way satisfied by negative ion. And if you see the secondary valency is satisfied either by neutral molecule or anions. So secondary valency are non-ionizable, means they cannot be separated, they cannot be broken, and they are satisfied. So this secondary valency of this metal is satisfied either here there will be, we are in number of questions. So if you see that in the square bracket, either with metal there will be a neutral molecule or with the metal there will be an anion. So secondary valency are non-ionizable and they are satisfied by neutral molecule or negative ions. And secondary valence itself we say as a what? Coordination number, because last class also we have discussed that coordination number is the number of ligand associated to the central metal atom. So that's we call as what? Secondary valency. So secondary valency is nothing but a what? Number of neutral molecule or number of anionic ligand associated to the central metal atom. That's called we say as a what? Secondary valency. So we can say that coordination number also I have given the definition. What do you mean by coordination number? So coordination number also says the same. Coordination number says what? The coordination number means number of ligands associated to the central metal atom. Number of ligands associated to the central metal atom is known as a what? Coordination number. So secondary valency and coordination number is same and it is a fix for a atom, metal atom. So secondary valency are non-ionizable, they are satisfied by neutral molecule or negative ions. Secondary valency is equal to the coordination number and is fixed for a metal. So secondary valency are non-ionizable, they are satisfied by neutral molecule or negative ions, and secondary valency is equal to the coordination number and is fixed for a metal. Next, the ions or a group bound by secondary valency to metal have a characteristic spatial arrangement corresponding to a different coordination number. Means they will have a arrangement. Which kind of arrangement? Means they have a shape. I told you, secondary valency are shape dependent, whereas primary valency is shape independent. So here it is showing, it is telling clearly that the ions groups bound by secondary valency, means this portion is talking about. So the things which is in the square bracket will have a one spatial it will have some spatial arrangement corresponding to the coordination number, means it will have arrangement, means it will have a shape. Means secondary valency is completely depend upon the shape, they are shape dependent, they will have a shape, whereas primary valency is shape independent, they will not have any kind of a shape. So they are shape independent. Clear? And this spatial arrangement, this arrangement or this structure, not like tetrahedral, octahedral, trigonal, pyramidal. So this spatial arrangement is known as a coordination polyhedra. This is very important. Please mug it up. So spatial arrangement are known as a coordination polyhedra. Clear? He also stated that octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar geometric shapes are common in the compounds of transition metals. So if transition metals will have a similar type of a shape which have a common shape like tetrahedral, octahedral, square planar. For example, see here the coordination number is 6. Here also coordination number 6 means it will have octahedral. Here coordination number is 4. So tetrahedral, it can have a square planar also. When what will come? We'll discuss in the future classes. Clear this part? So this is the postulate of Werner theory. See once more, what is the first Werner theory? In coordination compound, metal shows two type of valency. That is, one is primary valency and one is secondary valency. Primary valency is ionizable. It can be ionized, it can be separated, and it is satisfied by the negative ion. Satisfied by negative ion means how much ions you have to compare. Okay, it is satisfied by negative ion. Whereas secondary valency is non-ionizable. It cannot be non-ionized. It can remain in the square bracket. It cannot be not separated. And the secondary valence is satisfied either in the square bracket there will be a neutral molecule, or in the square bracket there will be a anionic ligand. Okay, that is anion, negative ions. And this itself is say as a what? Coordination number, because we know what do you mean by coordination number? The number of ligands associated with the central metal atom is known as a coordination number. It is known as a what? Coordination number. Next. So, and it is a fix for a given metal. So secondary valency are non-ionizable and they are satisfied by a neutral molecule or a negative ion. Secondary valence is equal to the coordination number and is fixed for a metal. The ions of the group bound by the secondary valency to metal have a characteristic spatial arrangement. They will have a how many? They have a one special type of arrangement. They will have corresponding to a different coordination number, and this spatial arrangement is known as a what? Coordination polyhedra. He also stated that octahedral, tetrahedral and square planar geometric shapes are common in the compound of transition metal. Means, see here by seeing the coordination number we can tell the shape for especially for the transition element. It is not always same, but sometimes answer 95% is correct. Now see the coordination number is 6, when it will have a octahedral structure. Here also 5 plus 1 6, so octahedral structure. Here only 4, so tetrahedral structure. So in this way you have to solve the problem. So this is nothing but your Werner theory. Now we have to solve one question of your textbook. So write down that question, then I will wind up the lecture. The question is, on the basis of following observation, write down along with me, not the question, you can open a text, but that is example number 1, I guess, example number 9.1. Okay, observation made with the aqueous solution and so on. Something is they are asking some aqueous solution and they are asking you to find what beta? They are asking you to find primary valency and secondary valency, calculate. You have to calculate the primary valency and secondary valency. First they have given the compound is PdCl2 into 4NH3, and on the other side they have told moles of AgCl precipitate per mole of compound with excess of AgCl. Matlab 2 AgCl has been liberated. Clear this part. So second point, NiCl2 into 6H2O. When this was reacted with AgNO3. So when I reacted this with AgNO3, suppose, so I got how many beta? I got 2 AgCl. Clear? When I reacted this with AgNO3, I got how much? I got 2 AgCl. When I reacted third topic, that is PtCl4 to HCl plus AgNO3, so I got 0, means I didn't got 0 AgCl, I got 0. Fourth, if I see, fourth was COCl3, COCl3 plus 4 ammonia. When I reacted with AgNO3, I got how much it is given, that is 1 I got, only AgCl. And fifth, PtCl2 into 2 ammonia plus AgNO3, I got 0. Clear? So this is your question. Now see here. When PdCl2 I reacted with 4 ammonia, so I got 2 AgCl. 2 AgCl means here 2 chlorine has been removed. Means 2 chlorine has been coming outside. So this, actually the formula of this PdCl2 will be this. So Pd into NH3, 4, this will be the actually formula, Cl2. Yes or no? Then only how much beta? See here only, then only it is possible, no? Pd into NH3, 4 plus 2 and plus 2 Cl minus. For each Cl minus, each Ag plus, so 2 AgCl. So here what is the primary valency? So here primary valency is, for this, first I am talking, for first a primary valency 2, because how many ionizable? 2 is ionizable. And primary valency, secondary valency will be how much? 4, yes or no? So here primary valency will be 2 and secondary valency will be 4. See here this part. Clear this part? So secondary valency will be 4. Which can be ionized. So here 2 chlorine is ionized. So primary valency is 2 and which cannot be ionized. So 4. Clear? Done this? We will see the second part. Chalo. See in second, NiCl2 and AgNO3. So how many AgCl has been removed? 2 Ag. Matlab 2 Cl minus has been removed. So this formula actually will be this. Ni into H2O 6. Now how many Cl? Cl2. This will be the formula. Now you see ionize. Because 2 AgCl has been formed, means 2 Cl minus has been formed, means Cl minus should be outside of the coordination sphere. So this is Ni into H2O 6 plus 2 and here Cl minus. How many Cl minus? 2 Cl minus. That's why 2 AgCl. So what is here primary valency? So here primary valency, it is not, this primary valency is how many? Number of ions ionizable. So 2. And secondary valence is how much beta? 6. Clear? Chalo. Secondary valence is 6. Clear? Can I go for third now? See here, third we'll see. Here they are telling PtCl4 into 2 HCl and 0 AgCl has been formed. Means 0 AgCl has been formed. So no AgCl has been formed, no? Means, so nothing is outside, all thing is inside only. So this formula will be like this. Formula will be Pt into HCl twice Cl4. This will be the formula. Nothing is outside, all are in the coordinate, means this is actually a neutral complex. So there is nothing outside. When there is nothing outside, so no Cl minus can come, because these are non-ionizable, no? Because these have a secondary. So they will have a primary valency will be 0, but here secondary valency will be 6. So here third case, secondary valency will be 6, but primary valency will be 0 because there is no ionizable. Third case. Clear this part? Chalo, next. Next is COCl3 4 ammonia, means 1 AgCl has been removed, matlab 1 Cl will be outside. So this will be the formula actually. CO NH3 4 Cl2 Cl. This will be the formula. Clear? Now when you separate this, so you will get this CO NH3 4 Cl2 plus and Cl minus. That's why only to form Ag plus, so AgCl. So say primary valency is 1. What will be the secondary valency? 6. So non-ionizable valency is on a secondary valency. So how much? 4 plus 2, 6. So 4 secondary valency is 6 and primary valency is 1. Clear? See the next case. Next case is 0 AgCl has been formed. Means nothing is outside, everything is inside the square bracket. So this will be the formula. This can be the formula. Nothing is outside, so nothing can be ionized. When nothing can be ionized, so here primary valency is 0, but secondary valency will be 4, because secondary valency is nothing but what? Coordination number. The number of ligands associated with central metal atom. How many ligands are associated? 4. 2 ammonia, 2 chlorine, so there are number 4. So coordination number 4, secondary valency is 4. So in this way you have to find out the primary valency or secondary valency. But the secondary valency or coordination number one and same. If they ask you to find secondary valency, means they are asking to find coordination number. Coordination number, secondary valency. Write down this. So for today, we will see. That's it. Next, when you come to the class, I will teach you the chelate theory. Clear? Thank you. So clear? So now next we will go to the topic that is a chelate theory. Yes or no? So write down what do you mean by, write down question, what is meant by chelate complex. Now what is this new word chelate? See, when you have a multidentate ligand, bidentate, tridentate ligand, so what they will do, that multidentate ligand, they will donate the lone pair of electron to the central metal atom and they will form one circle, or they will form one closed structure. That closed structure formed is known as a chelate. Now see here, for example, see, if I take one example like EDTA or ethylene diamine, suppose if I have cobalt and ethylene diamine, if I take, what will happen, you know? See, this ethylene diamine, the structure is this. So here NH2 will donate, this is NH2, okay? So this will donate its lone pair from here. Here also there is one NH2, so it will donate lone pair from here. Clear this part? Again, if I take one more, so this is CH2, this is CH2, yes or no? And this is now, wait up, CH2, this is also CH2, and this is NH2, so it will donate from here. This is also one NH2, so it will donate from here. Clear? In this way the complex formed here. This complex, you can see here, cobalt is in a one closed structure. Cobalt is in a closed structure. So this type of a structure we say as a chelate. Yes or no? If it is not mentioned, better now school get reopened. So it's good. Okay, so this is nothing but what? Chelate. You can see this cobalt. This cobalt is forming the central sphere. So this we say as a chelate. Right on. When multidentate ligand like EN, PN, PTN, oxalate, EDTA, etc. When multidentate ligands like EN, PN, PTN, OX minus 2, EDTA forms a complex cyclic structure is obtained. See the cyclic structure, okay? Cyclic structure is obtained involving the central metal atom or ion, this cyclic complex is called chelate. Clear? See another example. Suppose COEN twice plus this is NO3, okay? So it will be coming here plus, it will be minus. Now see, what is the structure? This is cobalt here, one EN here, they will donate from here. This also will donate from here, and one CN is in top, here also CN. So see this cyclic structure, what it is formed now, that we call as a chelate. Clear? You can draw this structure, Clear? Chalo. Clear this part? Write down. In short, afterwards you leave a space, you write down first. In short, a complex with cyclic structure is called a chelate. In short, a complex with cyclic structure is called a chelate. Write down. This is now what I am giving now. This point is very important for your assertion and reason type of a question. Write down. the stability of chelate the stability of chelate is greater than simplex complex formed by monodentate ligand. The stability of, obviously no, chelate complex stability will be more because this carbonyl will have a number of cyclic compounds and this compound will be stable than the simple complex. So chelate complex stability is greater than simplex complex formed. Simple complexed. Clear this part? Okay, you can draw this structure and you can draw this structure also. So this is something but your chelate. Write down next. Condition for the formation of complex. Just you write down. Condition for the formation of complex. I will speak it, you write down. Condition for the formation of complex, so that I can directly in the next class I can jump to the isomerism now. Okay. So write down. Write down. Ligand condition for the formation of complex compound. Condition for the formation of complex compound. Written. Chala first write down. Ligand must have lone pair. Ligands must have a lone pair of electron. Ligand must have a lone pair of electron that can be donated easily. Ligand must have a lone pair of electron. Ligands must have a lone pair of electron that can be donated easily to form coordinate covalent bond. With central metal atom. First write down. Ligand must have lone pair of electron. This everything you know, okay, but write down. Ligand must have lone pair of electron that can be donated easily to the central metal atom or ion. Next, there must be vacant d orbital. There must be vacant d orbital. There must be vacant d orbital. There must be vacant d orbital in the central metal atom. There must be vacant d orbital in the central metal atom, so that they can receive the lone pair donated by ligands. So that they can receive the lone pair donated by the ligands. So that they can receive the lone pair which are donated by ligands. Next. Symmetry of vacant d orbitals. Symmetry of vacant orbitals of central metal atom. Where I have written vacant d orbital, no, that you cancel it, vacant orbital also will work, okay. Write down. Symmetry of vacant orbitals of central metal atom. Symmetry of vacant orbital of central metal atom and symmetry of orbitals of ligand and symmetry of orbitals of ligand and symmetry, this is very important, no? Symmetry of orbitals of ligand which have a electron pair should be similar. So what he is trying to tell? He is trying to tell the symmetry of vacant orbital of central metal atom and the symmetry of the electron pair donated by the ligand, that orbitals should be same, okay. So one small listen here. The symmetry of vacant orbital of central metal atom and symmetry of orbitals of ligand which have electron pair should be similar. Clear? So these are the three important conditions for the formation of complex. First condition is what, beta? The first condition is ligand must be have a lone pair of electron which are donated to central metal atom. The central metal atom which is accepting the lone pair should have a empty orbitals. જગ્યા તો હોવી જોઈએ ને. ઓલો ligand તો આપે છે પણ metal પાસે બી તો જગ્યા હોવી જોઈએ. તો જગ્યા હશે તો જ લેશે તો જ coordination covalent bond બનશે. So second condition is that the central metal atom should have a empty orbitals. And third condition is that the symmetry of the orbitals of metal and the symmetry of the orbitals of the ligand must be similar. So third point you to remember, this is important. Okay, now next. So next slide down. No, now there are three rule. Now write down one key point. So hence coordinate covalent bond is formed. Hence coordinate covalent bond is formed. Hence coordinate covalent bond is formed by overlapping of these vacant orbitals. Hence coordinate covalent bond is formed by overlapping of the vacant orbitals. Clear? Next, last point down. It is not necessary that all the transition metal, that is D block metal I am talking about. So it is not necessary that all the transition metal it is not necessary that all the transition metals can form complex easily. It is not necessary that all the transition metal forms the complex easily. Stability of the metal, stability of transition metal of formation of complex, stability of transition of metal of formation of complex, stability of transition metal to form the complex changes as the metal changes. The stability of the formation of complex, the stability of the metal to form the complex. Which metal? Transition metal. The stability of transition metal to form the complex varies as the metal varies. Hence the stability also complex varies. Hence the stability of a complex also varies. Hence the stability of the complex also varies. Clear this part? So that's it. So today's lecture I am ending here. Clear? So in this way you have to remember the things. Thank you.